But let's get started with dessert first. If you've ever baked a dry chocolate cake, we're about to solve that problem forever. Just add buttermilk for an amazing chocolate cake recipe. Patel of the Pantry KC shows us you won't find a better chocolate cake than this one.
The recipe starts in a very unique way, and that is by blooming some Dutch processed cocoa powder. That's where I'm going to pour the boiling water in the recipe over the cocoa powder and whisk it together until it's nice and smooth, getting all these lumps out. But once I'm done making the batter, I'll show you just how thin the batter is. And because it is as thin as it is, people get a little worried that it's just too liquidy, but it's not. I assure you, once it bakes, it will bake out correctly. So the rest of this recipe is nice and easy. It is like a dump everything in your machine or even hand whisk it. It's pretty simple that way. Starting with the dry ingredients of sugar, flour, baking soda, and some salt. Add in the oil and eggs and vanilla, and also some buttermilk. So I've thrown all these ingredients into my KitchenAid mixing bowl and I've had it whisking until the batter is smooth. What happens with the boiling water is it prevents too much gluten from developing. And so all those concerns we have about over mixing when we make cakes are sort of void. So I'm just going to give this a second to come together, and then I'm going to show you just how loose this batter is and why people can sort of be taken aback by it. This is pretty liquid. Most cake batters have some sort of substance to it, but this is very, very liquid. Pour this batter into some greased cake pans. I recommend 8-inch cake pans or 9-inch, whatever you've got laying around, but don't line them with parchment. Because this batter is so loose, the parchment will float to the top and it will interfere and you'll have to sort of pick it out. So in fact, just grease it with some pan spray and it will be real nice, just like that. And it will even pull away from the pan, so it will make it easier for you to pop out once it's cooled. And you'll end up with a very thin cake like this. What's nice about this cake is also one of our frosting-free cakes. One of those cakes that doesn't need anything, but if you enjoy a little topping, I recommend a little bit of whipped cream with a spoon of sugar and a couple spoons of cocoa powder, and you end up with this lovely sort of milk chocolate whipped topping. But ideally, because of how moist this cake is, it really needs absolutely nothing, and just a sprinkle of powdered sugar or cocoa powder will do with a cup of coffee. It's absolutely perfect.
And now suddenly we all have a hankering for a piece of chocolate cake. Now, if you didn't want to do the powdered sugar option, buttercream frosting on top would certainly add to the decadence.